film a video.
Don't forget to take the trash.
Do I gotta take the trash off? Can I not wait till later?
No, you need to take it off now. Please. I said the magic word.
Can I not just take it off later?
No, you need to take it now.
Alright, fine. Alright, now that that's done, let's get to the actual video. Welcome back to another video, guys, and of course I had to do a little errand before we got this video really started. But I've been telling my wife I'd take off the trash for like a week. But yeah, guys, if you can't tell by the title and thumbnail of today's video, we're going to be introducing you to a new project. And I've done this before, back in the past, I think it was like 2 years ago. It was one of my first videos. And I've had this project for that amount of time. I just haven't started on it yet and just haven't had the, want to or the, willpower to really just start on it. But today's the day. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is pick the video up once I get to my grandparents' house. The truck is actually over there. It is a truck, it's a project truck, and it is a classic, I'll give you that much. But some of you are gonna know what it is. If you're a real OG of the channel, you've been around for a while. So yeah, guys, we're gonna go introduce you to the new project. We'll see you here in the next clip. What do we have here? Alright, guys, so as you can tell, yeah, I know this truck needs a ton of work. Like, it's literally at least a 2 or 3 year project. Or I could just do a really quick project and make it like a rust bucket rat rod style truck. Just fill in all the rust holes with license plates and super glue. But yeah, guys, we got big plans for this truck here. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to actually get this thing moved and into the shop here, and hopefully I can get that done. It's gonna be pretty difficult considering the tires may not even pump up, but if I have to, I've always got the diesel truck, I'll just drag it out. But the first thing we're gonna do is try to get this thing over here to the hose pipe and try to get this thing sprayed off. But that's my main goal for today, guys, is to take and get this truck into the shop, get it at least halfway cleaned out, cleaned off, and go from there. All right, guys, project F100, day 1. No way, wow, it holds air. Well, it's not mint, but it's a lot better than it was. he can actually sit down in it now without, you know, sitting in something. I don't know what this wire is right here. What is this? Is that, oh, it's connected to something. Okay guys, so I didn't get as lucky as I thought. That tire's flat again. That tire's flat again. And that one's flat again. But luckily, the one back there that has a big nasty sidewall puncture looking thing, like the sidewall's coming apart. It still has air. But the good thing is that these things hold air for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So, I mean, it's long enough to definitely get it pulled out. I'll just stick a lot of air in them and then see if I can't get my dad to come help me, and we'll try to drag this thing out. And I forgot to mention earlier, guys, this truck is a 58 F100. And I know most of you guys who like classic stuff probably already know that just from looking at it. But yeah, 58 F100. It's been sitting pretty much abandoned back here at behind my grandpa's house for 25 years now, 25, 26 years. I'll give you a little bit of the backstory on how we came about getting this truck. So my grandpa was buddies with the guy who owns this truck, or owned this truck. They were buddies for a long time, you know, lifetime friends. So my grandpa was actually fixing it for him, and he was gonna end up getting the truck back, but never ended up getting the truck back because, like I said, the guy got sick and he ended up passing away. But before he passed away, he gave the truck to my grandpa, and the actual truck didn't have a title. Like, we couldn't find a title for it, and we went to the DMV and gave them the VIN number and stuff, and they said, well, that VIN number doesn't even exist. So it's like the truck never even had a title. I don't know how it worked back then in the 50s, but I figured they'd have titles back then, I don't know. But I'm a millennial, so what do I know anyways, right? I ended up getting a title for it. I filed for an abandoned vehicle thing, and it was a really long, drawn-out process. It ended up taking me like almost a year to get a title for it. And without the help of my mom, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it, but appreciate it, Mom, for helping me out getting the title for this thing. That way I can have it titled, insurance, and all that stuff so I can drive it. But as you guys know, this thing is a long way from being drivable. All right, this is either gonna go really good or really bad. This is the only strap I could find. Really good or really bad. Don't know yet. All right, we're just gonna try to hook it to the old bumper here. Well guys, after a super sketchy pull, we got it out here. I'm pretty sure the tires didn't roll at all. I just had to drag it out here. And I'm fairly positive it's in neutral. It's 3 on the tree, and the shifter feels really, really weird after just 20 years of sitting, so it might not even be hooked up. But, so either it was in gear or the brakes are just locked down. It wasn't nothing the old Dodge couldn't handle. She did just fine. I did have to put it in 4-wheel drive though on this gravel. Then I got to this hill right here and I let it stop, and the wheels got turned all the way to the right. So it kind of stopped me from going. So since we got it pulled out here, I'm gonna get the pressure washer, get the hose over to it, try to get this thing pressure washed off, and just see what it looks like from there. I'm hoping this is about to be really satisfying. All right guys, so I actually decided to do a little voiceover for this part of the video. Thought it'd be pretty cool, but I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about the truck and my plans on what I want to actually do with this truck. And the first things first, guys, is getting all this stuff off of this truck. As you can tell, there's a lot of like green moss and stuff growing on this truck, and you can see right here as it's just kind of like just falling off, and this is very satisfying actually. This is probably one of the funnest parts of the day, getting all of this nasty green moss growing, whatever it is, growing on the side of it, just all over it really, just pressure washing it off and just watching it fall off. It was also taking off a lot of paint too, and this is actually a very low pressure pressure washer, but it was only like 1,750 pounds max pressure, and I wasn't too close to it, but of course the paint being that old, the paint's over 50 years old, it literally just peeled it off in some spots, and it's just, you know, that's how it is. I mean, the truck's got really old paint. That's just how it's gonna be. But like I said, guys, I actually got this truck from my grandpa, and it has been behind his house, I know, for at least 25 or 26 years, like I said earlier in the video. And he gave me this truck probably about 3 or 4 years ago. He asked if I wanted it, if I wanted to do anything with it. And of course I said absolutely, because I love project trucks. I love old school stuff. That's, you know, one of the reasons why I told him, of course, I wanted it, because I love old school stuff. He actually has an old Chevy truck behind the house too that is also in pretty good condition. I'd say it's in better condition than the F100 that I got. And the Chevy's been behind his house for I don't know how long. It's been back there for at least the same amount of time as the F100. So my first plans for this truck is actually gonna be to try to get it running and driving. And that's going to be a feat in itself, considering I have no idea if the motor's any good. My grandfather said the last time that he started it was probably, you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 years ago, and hasn't been started since. It doesn't have a breather over the carburetor, so I don't know how much moisture's got in it. You know, I don't know if the engine's locked down. It very well could be. Like I say, it hasn't been started in a very, very long time. And another thing is to get the brakes working. Like, as you guys could see in the first, whenever I started to pull it, the rear wheel actually started to roll, so it was in neutral, but the front ones definitely did not roll. They were locked down, and I'm sure the brakes are just rust seized and just seized up. But you know, that's nothing major. You know, that's little stuff, of course, on a truck that old that's been sitting that long. You need to put new brakes on it. You need to put, you know, new pads, new wheel cylinders, new rotors or drums. This one's drum, front and back. And if I can find a conversion kit, I'll do disc brakes in the front. Yeah, guys, if the engine does start, I will take and just get it running and driving to start with, and, you know, just kind of slowly, you know, go into the build. I would probably I'll drive it around patinaed like it is for a while. Just depending on how safe it is, like if it needs brake lines and stuff like that. If you know, some of them are rusted through, which is a very good possibility. But hopefully, you know, everything's still pretty solid. The truck has got some rust. It's definitely gonna have to have a lot of work to get it to where I want it. But like I say, first things first is to try to get this thing running and driving. But that is enough of me talking, guys. I'm gonna let you enjoy this very satisfying pressure washing all this stuff off the side of this truck. This was definitely the side that was very fun to pressure wash off, but you guys enjoy. Well, guys, for a 1958 F100, doesn't look too bad. This is after getting it all pressure washed off. Definitely has a good patina to it, especially since it's been sitting for, God, 25 years or more. A little walk around since we can actually get around the truck now. Still in rough shape, but a lot better looking than it was. This side looks a lot better. Looks good. I'm really, really impressed with how it came out. Still rusty, but a lot cleaner than it was. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely excited about this project, even though I really haven't even started on it yet. But like I said, guys, today's day one, so gotta start somewhere. So I got it pulled out, got it all cleaned out, the bed cleaned out, the inside of it cleaned out. Inside of it looks much better, except for it's all soaking wet now because it doesn't have any side windows. And all the windows on it leak. I mean, that one's all busted and the rubber's all dry rotted, so it just leaks around the seals. You can't get any more classic than the way that door sounds when it shuts. But yes, guys, there's some big, big plans for this thing in the future. There's gonna be plenty of content coming on this. because the Mustang is almost done with what I want to do as of right now. You know, the Mustang content isn't going anywhere. But this is gonna be a fun little project that I want you guys to take a trip with me on. And I'm hoping that you guys are gonna like this build. Like I say, I love classic cars, classic trucks, and this is just really exciting. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. I really appreciate all you guys who have subscribed. And if you're new here, guys, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with all the videos that will be coming out. Be sure to drop a like on this video also, and also comment, do you like the truck and do you think it's gonna be a good project truck for the channel? But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, we'll see you later.